Welcome Gemini, November 2014, I'm Dadhichi with your monthly astrology forecast, a brief synopsis. And if you were watching the initial video I did today on the Mars and Pluto energy of intense elimination, you'll find this reading for you quite interesting, because just deviating a little bit from that, this month for you has a sub-theme of work. There's a very strong combination of planets in your sixth sector of work. Saturn has been there for some time, which has made you feel rather heavy, maybe overburdened with responsibility. And recently we had the entrance of Venus and then the Sun into this sector, which I think has lightened things up for you. It's important to realize that work has to be fun, it has to be enjoyable, otherwise you're not going to produce anything of worth. And apart from that, you're going to be sitting there miserable with your life. So it really is crunch time for a lot of you who are in work that is not at all in keeping with who you are as a person. And you'll see, particularly after the 9th, when Mercury enters into this zone of work, that you'll be thinking a lot more clearly, you'll be a lot more focused. This sixth sector for you is the sign of Scorpio, by the way. So, you know, Geminis are normally fairly intense in the way they work, but having your ruling planet there really accentuates this fact. We do see around the 10th and the 11th some significant aspects. On the 10th, the right angle, or what we call the square of Venus to Jupiter. Jupiter's in your third sector right now, and this square will take place from this sixth sector. Sixth and third sectors, work, communication. I would suggest at that time, around the 10th, maybe even leading up to the 10th, don't say too much. You need to leave people guessing, and there could be a tendency to exaggerate some of your claims, or if you're working with other people, to, you know, not necessarily intentionally misrepresent what you're doing and what you have on offer, but it could come across like that. So sometimes the perceived value is more important than the actual value itself, so keep that in mind. Of course, on the 11th, that very, very powerful 8th sector conjunction of Mars and Pluto, that is a dangerous one. It is one that I would be saying to you leading up to that date for a few days, if you can avoid any sort of heavy work, any rushing, speed, these are the sorts of transits that can cause problems for you. Be careful of electrical appliances, because there's a right angle to the planet Uranus, and of course fiery objects, hot objects. Even if you're drinking your hot coffee, this doesn't necessarily have to be an explosion in the the literal sense. This can be just spilling something like hot coffee on yourself, or burning yourself on the stove while you're cooking. So take care of that. We see the Sun with Saturn occurring on the 18th, and that's a hard one for you. So that again is occurring in the area that has to do with your work, and this is also a health aspect. So when the Sun, which is your vitality, is coming in close proximity to Saturn, it tends to stifle the energies and can affect you on a physical level. So I'd like you to take care and not wait for that transit to take place, but hearing me now at the beginning of the month, take some steps to rest, improve your diet, just lift your energy levels. And for many of you, this conjunction of 4 planets in this sector will naturally cause you to investigate this area of your life. The Sun and Saturn also has to do with authority figures and bucking the system, so you may have some problems at that time with people. There are some confusions with the Venus square Neptune aspect on the 21st, and that again has to do with your work. it can have to do with romance as well. So you need to be clear in expressing what you feel. Don't play mind games with the people you love. Otherwise, it's just going to complicate the issues for you. We see the sun moving to the sign of Sagittarius. That's your 7th sector on the 22nd, soon after that other aspect. That can enliven your relationships at that time. So that's preceded by a little bit of confusion, but I don't see that as lasting too long. You can clarify things there very, very clearly. You might actually go overboard on the 23rd with the Venus square Jupiter aspect, trying to make up by buying an expensive gift. Not necessary, just let that blow over. And we do see the Mercury conjunction to Saturn on the 26th, with Mercury moving to the sign of Sagittarius, the 7th house again on the 28th, all having to do with deliberate thinking through your plan for your relationships more carefully. And for those of you in business, this also has a commercial connotation to it. So when I talk about the term relationship, you can apply that to your business relationships as well. I do look forward to your company again next month, as I do each month. Don't forget to join me at astrology.com.au for a more detailed analysis of your sign of Gemini, and take care till I see you next month. Bye-bye.